Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this particular sketch is inspired by a scene I saw in Despicable Me. It's the first movie where their adopted father was at the ballet. I love the ballet scene, but I of course changed it and I made it my own. So the idea, after looking at that scene, I was like, oh, I love the idea of a ballerina. After finishing this picture, I realized something. I was like, this little girl, she reminds me of someone. She looks familiar, maybe in the back of my subconscious mind. I drew her because I've seen her somewhere before. And I googled Betty Boop. And yet, can you guys guess what's familiar with her and Betty Boop? Their eyes look so the same. I think it's the round eyes that's making her look like a little bit of a Betty Boop. Well, there are two things that inspire the work. I mentioned one of them earlier, which was Despicable Me, but I also drew this picture as well 2 years ago to go into my portfolio piece, my art portfolio piece. And I going through my old sketchbooks and stuff, I saw the paper. I was like, oh, this looks like a nice sketch. So basically, the little girl, she was a lot older than what this girl is, a lot taller, that is. And she brought her pet doggy to her ballet class, and the teacher was like, no, and the other girls were looking around very shocked and surprised, like, who brings a doggy to a ballet class? Like, who think of those things? Kids can be silly, I suppose. But yeah, she got in trouble for bringing her doggy to a ballet class. And that is what the sketch that I did for my portfolio represented. So I decided to redo it 2 years later. And this is what came about. So coming up with stories to match my illustrations, one of the ideas also that I had for this particular piece was, I was thinking, okay, she snuck her dog pet in to class, her ballet class on the weekend. And I'm like, how far would she go with it? How far does she think she'll go with it? If she goes into ballet class, would her doggy blend in with the other students? I remember reading this picture book. It's called Dog Can Dance. It's actually a doggy. He was doing ballerina. Now that I'm talking about this sketch, that idea, that picture book that I read years ago came back to my mind. And I'm like, I was thinking, would she dress him up? You see that little bag in the background behind her? I'm like, what is in there? This other girl, she looks cute, but she's very cheeky. She looks very, like, you gotta watch out for her a little bit, you know? Not in a bad way, but in a way that said, no, dogs can't dance. They can't come to ballet class with you. But anyway, this picture book, they had the dog actually doing ballerina. And just that book just came back to me with the doggy hole in the ballet slippers. So I'm like, what's in the bag? Is she gonna dress up the dog as a ballerina? As one of her ballerinas? As one of the ballerinas? I mean, what if she brought the dog to class? He's like, I just want to experience one day as a ballet person like you. And she bring him into class, and it's like, okay, but you gotta be quiet. She bring him into class, and what if someone in there is allergic to dogs? Like, imagine the sneezing. Imagine the laughs. Well, from the readers of the book as opposed to the students in the class. I just imagine what the teacher will say. She'd be amazed, she'd be angry. Does she like pets? Maybe she likes cats over dogs. Maybe she doesn't like dogs for whatever reasons. She has her reasons. She has her backstory. But yeah, doing these things, trying to keep a story with the sketch, it makes painting a lot more fun. It makes choosing the right colors a lot more easier because it goes along with the overall purpose and focal point of the story. So if it wasn't like a sad mood, I might use different colors, like darker colors, more grayed out colors. But for this little girl, it's a good mood, it's a happy mood. And that's it, you guys. There isn't much more. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it warms your hearts And I will see you guys next time in my next video, which will be very soon. So don't forget to do like it, do comment, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye!